ambitious with the score. He could get it in. Fast for the win.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Throwdown Thursday, live over here from Amazon Game Studios. I'm Filthy Rich.
And I'm Berserker Mike. And Rich, I have to say, I'm very excited about today's matchup between Feed Me More and the Kadabbles.
You know what? The Kadabbles have been just wreaking havoc with this crazy run style. The new pairing. Last season, we saw Gucci Pants and it was Bones pairing together, just unchallenged, going through there and getting points. But this time, you have GL Tovar in the mix. So this running team is now together. But I like the rivalry that exists. You have Team Feed Me More, three members of the last season's champion, just trying to defend the title, if you will.
It's a very interesting rivalry to me, and just to see pressure versus combat, and in this setting, I'm excited. I can't wait.
It's going to be very exciting. So before we get into the hype, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Asus. Asus is the official monitor and system provider for Breakaway. The VG248QE is a 24-inch monitor well known in the competitive scene and esports for its 144 Hz refresh rate and 1 ms response time. The G11 desktop sheds light on uncompromising performance. This powerful machine allows you to play and stream Breakaway with no problems whatsoever.
I like both of those things.
I love both.
Especially the last one.
You know what? In the weeks to come, we've been hearing a little bit from our GMs, just talking about the matches, giving some insight and providing some words of inspiration for our players. But at one point, community members Icon and Chronic GG came through and they made the show for Kalology called The Relic Room. We love this show so much. We've involved them as part of the programming. So to fill you in on what the GMs have to say for this week, let's take a look at this week's episode of The Relic Room.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Relic Room. I'm your host, Icon. Tonight, we've got a lovely treat for you guys. We're accompanied by Mr. Flipped Up and young Kalo, the GMs of this week's Throwdown Thursday. Ladies, let's talk about your guys' last matches. Flipped, my man, let's go first with you. Your team seemed like it ate a little too fast there, huh?
Yeah, we started strong, just like you said, but we didn't save enough room for dessert, and we couldn't keep up the pace. We looked really good in the first game, but at the end of the night, we got beamed.
Beamed indeed, my friend. Kalo, in your last match with Panda Fury, we saw you guys moonwalk your way to victory. Absolutely straight out of Jacksonville. Can you guys elaborate that at all? Did you guys actually pay for any kind of dancing lessons?
No, we didn't. But, besides a little bit of BM from the team, I'm really happy with everything and hoping the success continues this week.
Yeah, well, good luck, my dude. But moving on, how are you feeling about tonight's games?
Well, I'm excited to see how Flip's team has adjusted to the running meta since they've last played. I really feel if they come together, they could be finalists.
Oh, boy, I know you didn't. Flip, you gonna let him disrespect you like that, fam?
You know what? I'm going to tell my team to eat a light lunch so they could save some room for some Kadabbles for dinner.
Kalo, it's getting a little hot here, fam. It's getting a little hot in here. What you gonna say about that, boo?
Dude, I don't think you should be talking with your mouth full. Where's your Bones Gate? I got Tovar. I got Notvert. I got Otterhead. I got UX Killer. Y'all can't even finish your dinner.
All right, guys, I've calmed it down. We're going to be taking this whole thing out to the field. Good luck to both teams tonight. Hopefully, we'll see a really good set of games. I would like to see some pretty cool new strats, some new stuff that we haven't seen before. Hold on one second. Mom. I told you to put the money down on Flipped Up, not buy me flip-flops. This can't be another Sadosha situation, Mom. We're going to lose all of our money.
Wow, Rich, really powerful stuff. The community is just going nuts.
Mad props to Icon and Chronic GG. Of course, to the GMs grouping together. If you're looking for information on there, hit us up. We're going to provide you with some more information on how to get more content from our Breakaway community members, such as Icon. But you know what? Props have been given. I love hearing this rivalry between these two GMs. Almost two different types of mindsets coming into this match for today. But it's all going to take place live over here in a best 3 out of 5 match. And what we have now is we have a little time to talk about these teams. I mean, talk about the first team. Feed Me More is the challenging team. 3 of these members come from a championship, and of course, you have the leadership of their coach, D-Mac, and you have a newcomer that goes by Kill Academy. This team has been putting in a lot of work, Mike.
They have been. I've been involved in some of their scrims. They're very cognizant of the matchup that they have to go into today. So they did a lot of planning against it. They were recruiting players like throughout the team, throughout all the other teams to play against them in scrims to try to simulate that type of pressure. They're keeping it very serious right now.
And it seems like, you mentioned it, they're grouping with other members of the team just to try to figure out how to crush these guys. But I think it's about that time to start with introductions. So starting off for player number 1 on Team Feed Me More is our favorite man himself, the man of many characters. We all know him as Zin Ramu.
Oh, dressed in Minion Bob's best. What he brings to the table is a variety of play, whether it's with an Alona to get on heals or attack damage with Sparty, or we've seen him double tank before, so I'm really interested to see his pick. And, yep, he's coming in with Black Knight. He's going to tank it up for his team.
Joining that Black Knight is probably one of the most infamous runners of the history of Breakaway. We all know him. We all love him. Here he is, Gucci Pants.
The originator of the definitive wall when you need to block someone from getting in, and he has those great socks. Another, you said it, pressure player, knows how to move the relic. He's a hawk. I'm very curious. Is he going to continue this play? Oh, my goodness. He's going with Ann Bonnie? He's going straight attack damage. I'm astounded by this pick, but I have really high hopes for what they're going to bring this week.
Surprise pick on the Ambani, but for player number 3 for Feed Me More, we know him as Kill Academy, but today we're honoring a buddy. So, mad props, and we're going to be calling Kill Academy by the name of Jonah Hex for today.
Kill Academy, he's been putting in a lot of work with DMAC, training up on how do I play the back line? How do I best support my team? So, and here we go. We see the pick is in, and it's with Rollins. He's continuing that role, and he's trying to fill in that gap with DMAC.
Closing it out in the player number 4 spot is everybody's favorite executive producer, probably the hungriest guy of them all. We all know him as Matt, but you guys call him M. Priest.
M. Priest loves to eat grapes off the vine, and I'm very curious to see what his pick's going to be. He likes to play Alona. He likes to play ranged, so he can mix it up. And he's coming in with Victor. Oh, he wants to kill people's attempts to group up. Very solid pick. Damage-dealing group, this one.
So a lot of surprise picks. I love the counter picks, but all of this is going to be led by their coach. We all know him as Daniel. I like to call him D-Mac.
D-Mac brings a lot of that experience from his previous runs with Squirrel Posse. He knows how to play Rollins. He's definitely going to help out Kill Academy as he's the newest member to this trifecta. And I see big things coming from this team.
So we learned a lot about this team just from the character picks alone. They're already looking pretty strong. It seems like they're committed to the DPS, that damage. I want to see how Kill Academy is going to be playing that Rollins. And, of course, I'm excited to see my man Gucci on Ann Bonnie. Can he do it?
I think that he can do it. I got a small little glimpse, so cheating a little bit. I saw them playing in scrims, and I got to participate in some of those, and they have some new strats, and I want to see how they unfold. So it's a lot of counterattacks. It's a lot of meeting some pressure with a lot more kill pressure. So I can't wait to see how it unfolds against the actual team.
So the team having to deal with this pressure is a team of juggernauts. The team that they're going to be facing off is led by GM Kalology, and these are known as the Kadabbles. So you can see all those members, UX Killer, Otterhead, Not Vert. I'm going to introduce them in just a little bit, but this team is the one to beat. They've been undefeated, and I want to see them do some cool new stuff today.
I think they can evolve their game. They don't want to be one-dimensional, or else people are going to focus in on that, and they're going to try to beat them at that game. So I want to see some things coming out of Bones with a passing game. I want to see some stuff from GL Tovar that I haven't seen before. So I'm very curious of what this week's picks are going to be, knowing that everyone is, headhunting. They're going for them. They want to take them down. They're like the New England Patriots.
So starting it off, representing the player number 1 spot on the blue side, repping the Kadabbles, the most handsome man over here at Amazon Game Studios, Orange County, one of the best runners of the game. Here is Bones.
Bones. Oh, my goodness. It's so hard for me to talk about because, man, he's better at the game than I am. He's prettier than I am. But at least this time I'm on mic. This guy is so good at running. It's crazy impressive. And look at with the Morgan pick, again, he's turned this character from what I thought was just, pure debuffing and CC into this maniacal, crazy relic running machine.
Introducing player number 2, this man has a silver tongue, the head of esports over here. He is known as Not Vert.
The best pick out of the draft, hands down.
Wow.
I don't even know how he came in so undervalued, but just the brains of their GM. Calology, seeing the opportunity to pick one of the best guys. And look, he's picking DPS. He's going for that Rollins pick. Fantastic pick.
Joining those two gentlemen is probably one of the strongest players, if anything, one of the best coaches that have ever touched it. You love him, we know him, but we call him Otterhead.
Otterhead for me, a place of love. He's one of the most annoying guys to ever fight against. You think you have an advantage over him. I went heads up with him. I'm like, his cooldown's up. There's no way he's ringing me out. Next thing I'm swimming. I'm swimming in Atlantis because of this guy. Oh, and a big switch. I'm used to the Thorgrim pick, and out he pulls the Black Knight. Counterplay at hand.
Perhaps an advantage of being second pick and closing it out in the player number 4 spot. He is the man of many memes, and today he's got something very special, showing it out for our man Kalology. He is known as GL Tovar.
Tovar, what can I say? Amazing. He can heal. He can do damage. I've seen a multitude of picks from him. He's also pretty handy with the art. But I'm expecting a pick that allows him to be very versatile and complement Bones' play on that rush. And we see the Alona play. Not terribly surprising, but you know what? He brings a lot to the table anyway.
So it almost doesn't matter who it is, but all of this has to get put together by an amazing coach. Today we have a sub, probably one of the best subs, my favorite sub of all time. I know this guy as Sticky Bump.
Sticky Bump is a guy that I played with in some internal leagues early on. Spartacus player, great map awareness. He plays every week. You might not see him all the time on stream, but this guy knows how to play Breakaway.
So there you have it, folks. The two teams facing off today in the best 3 out of 5. It is going to be Feed Me More on the red side and the Kadabble on blue. For all you folks at home, let us know who you think is going to take it. Let us know via hashtag Kadabbles, or is it going to be Feed Me More? And we're about to get started. Game number 1 on Atlantis.
Rich, any last-minute predictions?
At this point, I want to stick with my guns and go with Feed Me More. I love the playstyle that I saw in scrims, and I hope that everybody is going to enjoy it. I almost don't care what you think.
Well, I'm going to have to go with the Kadabbles. I love the rush from Tovar and from Bones, and I think they're going to constantly adapt, and everyone's going to be chasing them. We see the early buys starting to come in, Rich, as we're about to kick off the match. And here comes Not Vert going right to the buff, it seems.
Not going to get challenged there just yet, and you can see Zid, Ramu, and team just grouping up, trying to dish out as much damage as possible. And I love seeing the pick from Gucci Pants, and look at immediately the damage that's coming out, and I love the positioning of the team, playing more on their defensive line, but this is going to be a problem if they get in.
Oh my goodness, immediate pressure from Bones. That's what we expect. It looks like they're a little shell-shocked over at Feed Me More. They know that they play fast. They're going to have to adapt really quickly, Rich.
Now, one of the things that we do see are people screaming for the counter plays. However, you know, the one team that you don't scrim against is the one that you're playing on Thursdays. So this is almost a reality check for them, a gut check, if you will, but we're jumping into it. Round 2, Mike.
Not only do you have to hold that L, but they also got gold buff, so it's going to start evening things out. And you see a lot of Mert contract on the side of Feed Me More. They're trying to balance out that gold rush.
That late game play is how that Mark contract really works and shows off its power. But you can see Bones down on the front line trying to disrupt as much as possible, getting the heals from the Ilona, but buildables are starting to stack, and Bones again applying that pressure, Mike.
Bones aggressively uses Aura of Silence to try to make sure people can't use their abilities when he's trying to apply the pressure. Right now, he's trying to work his way back, and it looks like Tovar is looking for opportunities back to Bones. He does use his dodge abilities super early.
So you can see the swing right now as Rollins from the blue team had to escape on out of there. So everybody in the Kadabbles had to fight that in a 3v4, but still ignoring all of that, the pressure still coming in from the Kadabbles. But the later these rounds go, Mike, the stronger Feed Me More gets. They just have to use it to their advantage and farm as much as possible.
They need to make sure that they can hold out. Right now, the pressure is pretty substantial, and Tovar using Blessings of the Sun to help sustain his team as they're trying to make a push in there, and a great ult by M. Priest.
M. Priest with that Maelstrom taking down all those players. Morgan Le Fay down to almost 10% of that HP, and you can see Zin Ramu just guarding and almost instigating a fight by him right by the defensive line. And there's a lot of action. I love how Red is staying back. It's all in, if you will. You know, Mike?
Yes, it is. And there's a great relic dodge by Bones as he's trying to advance it up, and we see Zin pop Unforgiven again, his defensive ability, which will reflect damage attacked onto him back to his opponent.
Pressure coming in from Bones again. This is going to be another shot. Alona with the support. Are they going to be able to get it? Oh, great fumble. And you can see Dave just trying to force as many fumbles as possible. It rolls in for that last one. And 2 points now in favor of the Kadabbles for this first game.
For that first game, that was a lot of pressure to try to withstand. And I saw Zin Ramu try not to pop his abilities while he was trying to focus on the relic, but just too much pressure. He had to start attacking.
So we're jumping into third round. If any of you are watching Breakaway for the first time, Breakaway is a 4v4 team battle sport. But hold on, we're getting to how players actually get points and win after we get into these equipment items.
So the net worth is still in favor of the Kadabbles, as they're able to maintain pressure and secure gold buff frequently. So the team kill composition of Feed Me More is not panning out right now early in this game.
May not pan out, but it's one of those strats that do take place, and it does strengthen over time. They just have to hold it out, but with this 2 under disadvantage, it's going to be hard to just get Kadabbles off of that push.
And you saw Not Vert and Otterhead in the back line trying to clear a path, trying to get rid of some of those extra buildables so they have a clear path, and then the ring out by Zin Ramu.
Great ring out. That 7 seconds is going to give the red team the ability for them to push. And while they have this push, oh no, you can see that Morgan Le Fay right there, controlled by our man Bones, just tried to sneak it in that last time, very close. And look at Zid Ramos soaking in all those damage.
Oh my goodness, he wasn't ready for that pass. Notvert was not ready. M. Priest with the opportunity to clear it out, but Bones with the pressure.
These guys are so sneaky, Mike, and look at the pressure coming in. The sustain is unreal. Alone in the back line, just giving everything that they need. That's why GL Tovar was such a great pick for Kalology.
But Notvert went down. Is Feed Me More able to withstand this onslaught right now?
The HP is definitely going to work in the favor of everyone on Feed Me More as they regain life by there. But you can see members of Kadabbles are starting to go down. Their healer is down, making this a great opportunity. But look at the squirreliness in the backside of the screen, represented by Notvert. He was able to survive all that. And again, the pressure continues, and we're only at the 2-minute mark of round 3.
It seems like Feed Me More needs to find a way to get the relic out of their zone right now, because the pressure that's coming in, I don't know how many more opportunities they're going to have to successfully defend their end zone, especially with a lack of buildables.
The buildables are down. None are available. You can see GL Tovar with the dash and a push, and it is a 3-0 victory for Game 1 on Atlantis for the Kadabbles.
That was some fantastic pressure that was put on there by the Kadabbles. They didn't really have an answer with Feed Me More. They're going to have to look at what their comps are, what they're building. How can we change our strategy? Because as of right now, they have no real dedication to pushing the relic out. And I know they're focusing on the team fight, but you started to see the split. I started to see Notvert and Otterhead go and focus other objectives. They were taking down buildables. They were going after buffs. it posed a very strong threat to what they were doing on Feed Me More's defensively.
So we're going to check out the stats for a little bit, fill you in on all the deets of this. Jump into it, Mike.
So not a lot of KDA across the board for both teams, and everything kind of went down to pressure. As you can see, look at Bones in his relic run distance. When was he not in possession of that relic? That's really the story of what I was seeing.
Now I'm wondering if the gold earned served that much of a value. In general, everybody did good on gold, but it was the dominance that the Kadabbles had, getting that gold buff every single time, eliminating any equipment opportunity advantages that would have existed for a kill comp team, and that was a great play. It's almost like they knew what the counter was, and they countered the counter.
Yeah, you can't have a late game push if there's no late game. Pretty simple, but it's very effective. They were able to split them up. They were able to take out their buildables, make sure that there was still relic pressure, and not get clustered and fall victim to M Priest's maelstroms.
You know, one of the most efficient players of that team was not Vert. I feel that he just provided himself as a choice for any of the runners for them to pass to, and it just got everybody on Team Feed More a little bit more flustered. However, Mike, we're about to get into game number 2 on El Dorado, which is a map that definitely encourages more team fighting. So here we go, round number 1, game 2.
So we are seeing one switch. Otterhead has gone from Black Knight over to Thorgrim. I think this is the map that he really likes ringing people out on, especially when it's all about the buffs. We see standard items that are being bought in Otterhead. He's going to defend around the attack buff while his teammates are pushing and putting pressure with the relic.
Very free buff right there. 20% increase due to the last hit from that team on the red buff, but the green is still available, and you can see Thorgrim already down, having to wait 7 seconds before he can play again. Seems like the confidence level on this map for Feed Me More is there, Mike.
This is a more team fight centric map, so I get a sense that they will feel more comfortable, and I know during the week scrims they practice on this map quite frequently. For them, I believe this is a counter, and we'll see how things play out and how the pressure game of the Kadabbles adapts to this team fighting strategy.
Now the way the structure works for Throwdown Thursday is that the maps will rotate. So previously you saw Atlantis, we're on El Dorado, and then we will return back to Atlantis regardless of the score. But look at this, Otterhead and team trying to push on in the pressure. Now the Maelstrom just to force a fumble, and they lost M Priest in that little script.
Oh,
What's
what a
gonna
pass!
happen?
Fantastic pass in there. No one to really pick it up, but it did put the relic right on the doorstep. Bones trying to make a move. Great heals coming in by GL Tovar.
Hope Buster coming in the back, just giving that additional life that the red team needs. But Team Feed Me More just extending a little bit above, and now Zin Ramo just trying to reset it out of there. And the pressure is still on, Mike. This is just immense and crazy. But finally, Morgan Le Fay goes down.
They had to back out. Notvert was actually putting a lot of pressure, and look at that forward buildable. Right there, that healing shrine that GL Tovar set up so they can actually maintain this pressure downfield.
Gucci Pants now taking on the role as that relic runner, but this time with a more squishier champ, just does not commit to it, which is a great choice. He will go down, and Bonnie, one of the lower HP characters in the game in early rounds, but you can see the pressure now coming in from the Kadabbles.
Kill Academy was low on health. He still can't even leave his end zone. He's navigating back there with M Priest. They're waiting to make a move, and that's putting a lot of pressure on Zin Ramu to hold the line as we see Bones and team not letting up. And the passing game is incredible right now.
Incredible passing game, not Vert just being an annoying not that they need, but low on HP. Oh, great in-air interception and another interception, but still the pressure is on. Someone's caught in jail. Oh my God, that's a blue.
That was a fantastic jail laid down by Notvert. He was anticipating some kind of push out and was able to at least slow it down.
Zin Ramo soaking in a lot of that damage. You know what, as a Black Knight, the highest level armor character from the get-go in the game will be able to do that, but you can see, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the teams are purchasing mid-round and taking advantage of these kills. We'll see what happens, but we're nearing our 1 minute mark where territory win come into play.
It looks like the Kadabbles were slowing down the action. They were waiting for Thorgrim to come back up in health. It looks like GL Tovar overcommitted himself, and he's gone as we approach this last minute.
This seems to be the power play opportunity that Team Feed Me More needs, and now Alona is back into the picture. But in this exchange, a lot of members of the blue team are low on HP, but they don't care, Mike. This is the push.
Great passing, and he had an opportunity. Couldn't pull the trigger on the score. Zinramu trying to collapse. Oh, but Bones with the cleanup.
Bones with the cleanup. Thorgrim to start Otterhead with one of the best Ragnaroks that we've ever seen. Just clearing out the path for Bones, who was 1 pixel away from dying, and there it was. That amazing Ragnarok.
That's just situational awareness, Rich. Being in the right place at the right time. He knew when he should press, when he should be backing out. Now we're going to start to see the next set of buys come in for both teams. It looks like Gucci Pants is committed to attack damage and Merc contract, and Zinramu is just trying to create enough tankiness to sustain these big pressure rushes that are coming from the Kadabbles.
And Priest also committing to that attack damage, trying to find a way to whittle away at the pressure that's coming in. And look at the dominance over the red buff as Kadabbles secures another buff very early in the round.
And we saw this last match, Kadabbles securing both buffs. Because of that pressure, they're able to break off 1 or 2 individuals to secure these side objectives.
At this point, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it, and the pressure is still coming in from the Kadabbles. GL Tovar now with an opportunity is going to avoid that. Great call on that, avoiding the Maelstrom, and you can see his buddy Bones now trying to take this chance, but that Ballista finally goes down due to the great play by Not Vert.
So it's not just pure pressure and running. Not Vert and Otterhead are disrupting the back line. They're taking out all those other objectives to clear lanes. And here's GL Tovar advancing it again. Bones with it. He's trying to make a move, but he needs the support of Otterhead.
Now the thing that Bones is doing, he's silencing everybody that goes in. Look at this chance. Look at all the people going down, and no! All right, so Thorgrim is now out of the picture. All 3 members are very low, except for Rollins. Not Vert, just playing so well, out of his mind.
He's on fire. He's definitely on a kill streak. He's making sure that backline cannot be effective in slowing down the rush. And again, they're putting up forward fortifications in order to maintain that pressure.
The pressure is what they need to do. They do have double buffs. The green buff providing 20% HP additional onto the team, and the red damage buff just to deal with it. Not Vert in the backline clearing people out, but he loses his life in the exchange. And now a power play opportunity exists, but they are completely ignoring it. Zinramu and team leading the charge.
So Kill Academy is down. Gucci Pants, he's very low in health, so they're trying to push as far as they can before basically Kadabbles can come back upfield full strength. But that pressure and that sustain from, look at those great heals. Blessings of the Sun coming in from GL Tovar.
The big differentiating factor is the fact that there's a healer on one side and the other side is completely committed to damage. But somehow everybody in the blue team are getting these kills, but look at this swing. 1 member down, Thorgrim now out, and the power push opportunity. Look at that. What is this guy?
That was a fantastic jump by Priest. I was not expecting them to do that. Zinramu with an opportunity, but can't pull the trigger to dodge in. Gucci Pants trying to climb the ladder. He can't set up for the Godspeed, and Zinramu has to fall back right now.
They toss it back, get it on out of there, trying to take an opportunity to get this HP back, but so quick to it. You can see every member of the Kadabbles on this counter push. This could be what they need.
They're very low. They need to get split. There's a heal. There's a Blessing of Sun that went down. The Kadabbles want this fight in mid. See if they can press it in. A pass to Otterhead, but he was mid-attack, can't score, but Bones with a follow-up.
They capitalize on that counter push. Everybody on TV being more committed, all in, but they lost way too much life in the exchange, making this point very easy for the Kadabbles. And again, they're in the lead.
Again, I have to say, Rich, very impressive passing play and how they're splitting. They're evolving their style of pressure. That's so they're not clustering up. And it's proving to be a big problem for M Priest. But we do see our team that's going for attack damage, they've maxed out their attack damage. And we have tier 4 armor on Zinramu, but we also have tier 4 armor on Otterhead, and a lot of cooldown reduction and armor for Bones.
So again, let's see if this red buff, that is 3v3. The opposite team's Rollin just a little bit late to the party. Again, just wanted to get both buffs. This is absolute dominance in terms of objectives. Great play by Not Vert.
Not Vert is like the brand new chart. His strategy is like, I'm going to collect all the buffs because you have to deal with the pressure that is coming in from Bones.
This is where we're hoping things change because those level 4 heroics need to do work.
Oh
but look at this, ignoring the pressure and the damage. Zinramu was able to take it out, but the attempt is still available for Bones and team.
Bones.
Look at this, Mike. There's so much damage.
Goodness. Oh, that tier 4 armor on Otterhead definitely saved him. And the aura of silence being used so aggressively. A nice circle of spikes being laid down by Bones. He's trying to slowly advance, work his way up, and then wait for his team to backfill.
This is where it could get crazy. It's all risk with this type of play where they're committing towards the late game, but the 2-point lead that the Kadabbles have. Look at this. Oh, no.
Interception. Great interception by Gucci to counter, but can they press it out? Oh my goodness, Bones with a walk-up. Another opportunistic score and another 3-0 game.
Side flank by Bones, just completely bullying and pushing Team Feed Me More in this week's episode of Breakaway Office League Throwdown Thursday. Dominating play all around.
There's a lot of salty faces. There's a lot of confused faces over here with Feed Me More. They're not used to getting dominated this hard. They put in a lot of work and a lot of practice. But as you can see, the Kadabbles put in just as much work. And this is a much different game than I've been seeing them play. And this adaptation to the passing game, I think, is super powerful. As we can see the end of match stats, GL Tovar, very strong assists. He had 8 assists. In a 3-0 match, that's a lot. Lots of gold earned. And I'm seeing the amount of healing that he had done. Almost 14K. That's part of that story.
Absolutely. And, you know, you can see the damage dealt from everybody at the opposite team is very close to that 14K that was healed. So it just goes to show that a solid healer such as GL Tovar on Alona will completely deny the damage output of any team as long as it's done right.
I gotta wonder, like, with Feed Me More, will we see a switch to have a healer on the team, or will they invest more into equipment that's going to help them with sustain?
You know, one of the things that people on Feed Me More were talking about is that the characters and the comp that they are putting together, the playstyle in general, is a lot harder from what they're used to. Gucci, Zinramo, these players are known as runners, but they're just pulling away from that, and they want to challenge the run with DPS. But like they said, it's a little bit harder. Perhaps the pressure of TDT is getting to him, but maybe it's just Bones, not Vert, Tovar, and Hotterhead being that good.
I've just never seen a team crash the relay so hard. Like, as soon as they can pass in the relic, everyone is on top of the relay trying to punch it in, or they're taking opportunistic opportunities to back out, set themselves up with passing lanes, and then crash again, as we saw multiple scores from Bones. So we see the picks coming in. Otterhead, yet again, going with Thorgrim. It looks like he's going to leave that Black Knight pick behind, and we still have heals. And Feed Me More is going to continue with the same comp.
Yeah, Feed Me More also committing all the way to attack damage. All 4 members of that team going with additional damage. They're committed to the fight, Mike. They want to prove this meta wrong.
You know, I respect that. You've been practicing it. Don't give up on it, because if you try something last minute, you haven't practiced it. How will you know how effective it's going to be in live competition?
As always, very early in the match, we're only at 330 and not Vert in team. The Kadabbles have secured that gold buff, which is 3,000 gold, 750 per member on a team, which is an awesome item. But look at this. The pressure is coming out of the base now. Perhaps this is what they need.
And because the Kadabbles made such forward progress and pressure, they set up a small base, a small fortification in Feed Me More zone, and Tovar with an opportunity and a score from the outside.
Over the head. This is 7 points straight so far for the Kadabbles. This team is just looking pristine, Mike.
Oh my goodness, what an excellent pass and an even better dodge, just breaking through. What a fantastic breakaway opportunity that he fully cashed in on. What a shot. What a shot. As we see the build starting to come in again, fully invested into attack damage, and we're seeing Zinramo invest into attack damage as well. They know they're getting into a lot of fights in the back line. He wants to make sure his Dark Call is doing even more damage when we get into these huge melees.
So we're jumping into round 2. Bones immediately touching that relic and wanting to move it forward. Will we see another gold buff on the side of blue? And there it is, folks. And you can see that this is going to be a problem for everybody on Team Feed Me More.
And they're going after the armor buff as well, Rich. No one's paying attention, so they have to completely focus on the relic running capabilities of Tovar, of Otterhead. of Bones. And so now the Kadabbles have both buffs, and they're knocking on the door again.
And not Vert in the back line, just harassing, trying to create a path for all the runners on the team. This is great. I love the sync that they have. It's almost like having Charsky in there with a running team. We haven't seen it before, but just the harass that he's throwing onto everybody on the Kadabbles, making it easy for the runners to just do their thing, and that's run, juke, and score.
Because of the width of Atlantis and the passing that this team has, the Kadabbles are just showing so many angles. It's really hard to put on a strong defensive front. As you can see here, the pressure is still unbelievable.
Now we have the Relic back in play. Bones trying to move it on forward, but it seems like in every exchange, Alona finally down in the fight, and the red team wants to move on. Team Feed Me More trying to find their opening in to deal with this team.
And Priest is super low, not Vert, trying to go for the kill, trying to get rid of that problem that makes it impossible to group up, but we see Morgan having to back out, and Zinramu advancing it finally to midfield.
In that exchange, though, not Vert was successful in his attempt to kill M-Priest, and M-Priest is back. Is he going to have an equipment buy advantage? We'll see what happens, but the pressure is now coming in from the Kadabbles.
That was a great maelstrom from M-Priest to try to break up that rush. Oh my goodness, not Vert gets smoked, and Otterhead has to back out due to that damage.
All 12 shots due to the barrage from Rollins, and it seems like Jonah Hex is getting back into the groove of things in round 2. But the pressure, GL Tovar, the man to worry about, scored the point last round, trying to get it in, but again, we're back in this neutral position, which is very hard.
It's very hard. Great heals by GL Tovar. He's looking to make a move. Oh my goodness, Priest right there to pick it up and throw it out, but Bones also trying to deliver more pressure. GL Tovar trying to throw it in, and great interception by Gucci Pants, who finally delivers it to midfield.
Gucci Pants, one of the best sliders, just understands the pathing, knows how to maximize on the distance and speed, is able to take it out and just give a little bit more breathing room. However, we're nearing down that 1 minute mark where territory win could be played, which we haven't seen because of the pressure that's coming in from the Kadabbles.
Ooh, we saw a missed attempt at a ring out by Otterhead, but you know what? He's not backing down. He's still trying to track after Zinramu if he can. With another scoring opportunity here. If the Kadabbles can grab a hold of the Relic, we're down to the last minute, Rich.
Let's see what happens in the last minute. Are people going to go down? Is the damage going to start to add up just to give an opportunity? Gucci Pants with an amazing slide is able to move forward, and now Bones just ignoring every opponent around him because he has the support of the team, and we're down to our last 40 seconds. Let's see what happens, Mike.
It looks like we're going for a 3v3 push. Tovar with the teleport. It's on the doorstep. We're down to the last 30 seconds, and Otterhead with the score.
Otterhead just perfectly timing the cooldown of Shield Wall. You can't pick up the Relic while that's still up, and watch here as he's able to use that Relic dash in the very last second. Very clutch, fantastic play, ignoring the Victor Maelstrom, and we're at match point.
This is match point. This is going to be super difficult. Look at GL Tovar. Tier 4 CDR. Bones, Tier 4 cooldown reduction as well. And then level 4 demo, but we knew what Notvert was doing the entire time, collecting all the buffs. Well, we have almost full attack damage over on Feed Me More. Now's the time to take advantage of it if there was any other time.
Now is the time. Can they do it? Bones found himself in a spot and noticing he's losing a lot more health. And look at that. He just got himself a nice ride up on that upper platform. And look. Bones immediately going down. The Alota now having to deal with this pressure, losing a lot of HP in these trades, and the red team is moving on out of there. This could be the round that they need, Mike, but still, I feel like everyone on Kadabbles is just ignoring it. However, Notvert goes down.
I gotta tell you, it's because of the power of GL Tovar. He's on point with his heals. Blessings of the Sun. They're coming in when they need them. Radiance is coming in when anybody needs it, and he's putting in forward support with those healing shrines. But here's another scoring opportunity. Zin trying to push it out.
No, Bones again with possession of the Relic. All members are getting very low. And again, Gucci Pants with a clutch toss that time around. But GL Tovar goes down. Again, a lot of players looking pretty healthy.
Notvert smokes Zinramu right in the back, and then Bones and Notvert have an opportunity if they can maximize it. They're trying to cycle right now, seeing where the opportunities are.
great cycle by the team, and I can see the exit. Look at the shield wall, just saving the life of that Thorgrim, but Thorgrim goes down in that exchange, and Zinramu, I don't know how they survived that battle, that exchange earlier, but now the battle is on the lower side of Atlantis.
I want to say that was a fantastic Maelstrom by M-Priest to help shift and swing the tide. It was amazing. They were able to at least push it back to midfield, but the pressure is coming again. Here's GL Tovar passing it up to Bones, passing it up to Notvert, but no opportunity to pass or get out of the way. Another great Maelstrom.
The chunk by the Maelstrom from the Victor, but no, only to be ignored. He was able to get the dash, and there you have it. 9 rounds straight, 3 games won by one of the strongest teams that we have ever seen over here on Throwdown Thursday. Your winners are the Kadabbles.
That was some play, Rich. I think Dave's face said it all. Zinramu's face said it all. Oh my God. He had no idea what he got hit with. He had not played against a team that had that much pressure, but it was more than just the standard pressure. It was the passing game. It was the way that they split. It was the focus on sub-objectives at the same time. It was just highly executed play, skill all the way around. As we check out these final stats, Rich, you can see the KDA is about even, but again, Relic run distance. Bones, 255, 151. And check out the healing done. Almost 9K.
Great play. Equal distribution of Relic scores from Otterhead to GL Tovar, and of course our man Bones. But another honorable mention in that entire series of games was not Vert. Just being one of the best destructors that we've ever seen on Breakaway Throwdown Thursday.
He was on top of it. It was buildables, buffs, anybody on the other team. He was on fire several times. Fantastic play. Like, he stepped up quite a bit.
You know what else is buff and will help you step up? Give us a follow on All Things Social and hit us up on our Facebook, Twitter, as well as YouTube for all your Breakaway needs and information. And don't forget to drop us a line if you have any questions or thoughts and concerns. And speaking about social, we've been reading a lot about what you guys have been asking for, and it's on the next date for the next big event that we've had. At the moment, we don't have a date ready to announce. However, starting in the month of May, we're going to start to roll out programs where you, the players at home, can start to play. Join us in these events where you can play the same build that these guys are playing on. Let us know what you think so that we can build the future of Breakaway together. Mike, it's been a fantastic broadcast. Kadabbles did it again, and I think that was our first 9-round victory here on Throwdown Thursday.
Was it? It was crazy. I've never seen people play at that level against Feed Me More or Dave or any of those guys before. I got to say, fantastic. I'm glad this was my first broadcast to see that kind of play and be able to commentate on it. I had a great time today.
So before you go, folks, make sure to hit that follow button. This way you're up to date every single time that we go live. But for all of us over here at the Amazon Game Studios Breakaway team, I'm Filthy Rich.
And I'm Berserker Mike.
We'll see you folks next week.